Karim Benzema has retired from international football. Then we have a story coming in from Liverpool Echo confirming to us that the number one January transfer target for Jurgen Klopp has been named. That is Sofyan Amrabat. If at all you watch the World Cup, you saw him play for Morocco. He's really a sensational midfielder. And lastly, we are going to talk about Kylian Mbappe and Messi. Obviously, PSG are really reiterating that they are going to keep these players and they are going nowhere. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Karim Benzema, a player who has really scored 37 goals for the French national team in 97 games since making his debut in 2007, has come out and announced that he's retiring from international football on his 35th birthday. That is what he has gone ahead to go on and do. And I believe it is so much about how he has been treated, because the manager kept him in the squad. When he got an injury, Karim, the manager, never replaced him. And maybe Karim thought that, let me go work on my recovery, and when I recover, I'm going to be part of the national team. And obviously, towards the semi-final, he was physically fit and back to his legs, all his limbs, but the manager couldn't come in through and do the needful. So, you know, these are things that really turn off money players like Karim Benzema. Now, he thought that he was going to be invited to go on and play part in the final when France is playing Argentina, and obviously one will go in and really force in an argument that he would have played a very huge part, because if at all that boy is called Colo Wood, that Colo something, who came in through and played for France, he scored a goal against. He's called Kolowani. If at all Kolowani came in and really put in that shift in the central forward position and changed everything. Imagine if Karim Benzema was there. Magic would have happened, especially that last chance they got in the last minute of the extra time that led to penalties. Kolowani got that chance and then hit that ball, and it was really saved by the left foot of the goalkeeper of Argentina, called Emi Martinez, after going in for full stretch and spread himself well to stop him from really putting that goal. Because if he scores that goal, obviously France are the champions of the World Cup. When you look at such things, they really reflect back to the retirement of Karim Benzema, because he believes that he no longer has a part to play in this French national team. Obviously, he was sent an invitation with other several players of France, but he turned it down. The likes of Paul Lebida Pogba were there, but for him, he turned it down and he never stepped his foot in Qatar. And the only reason as to why he would go on and step in Qatar was because him being included into the French national team to play in the World Cup finale. And obviously, him being denied that chance, obviously said it's time for me to hang up my boots for the national team football, because it's evident that I'm not wanted at the national team. And he had just returned after very many years, because ever since Didier Deschamps came in through and started to be the national team manager of France, I think it was like 2010 or so, he has not been on for a very long time. He spent close to 5, 6, 7 years without playing for the national team. He returned back when France was playing in the UEFA Nations League, and they won it. They beat Spain. I think they beat Spain by 3-1 in Italy. That's how it happened. But it shows you that this man looks like he's not wanted by the manager of the national team. And obviously, he has gone ahead to hang in his boots. The Ballon d'Or winner who won it after really leading Real Madrid to triumph of the Champions League in 2022. They beat Liverpool by 1-0 in Paris, and obviously that game is going to be rewatched at the round of 16 when Liverpool is going to be taking on Real Madrid in a 2-game tie, and whoever wins will go to the round of 8. That is the quarterfinals. So the finale repeat of 2022 is going to come in early in February. I think around 6-7 February. That's when the game is going to be played. So Karim Benzema has retired, hung his boots, and I think he's going to be focused on his national career. I believe he can stretch some good 3 years back, but you never know. According to the way he's performing, he might really change his mind. I've seen the likes of Messi change their minds, because Messi in 2015-2016, when they lost the Copa America, I think they lost to Chile in the final, Messi hung up his boots and said, according to the insults that have been thrown to me, I'm not going to go on and play again for the national team of of Argentina. The president of Argentina intervened and Messi got back, and today he won the World Cup yesterday. Last year he won the Copa America. Obviously, that's why the debate of who is the GOAT has been settled once and for all. It has been settled, unless otherwise Ronaldo steps on the podium again and wins the World Cup. And I believe Portugal can go on and win the World Cup if at all they really come on with a better manager next World Cup, because they're having a good crop of players. Ronaldo can just come in and be an occasional player, because he'll be at like 41, comes in, plays the last 10-15 minutes, because the job would have already been done by the boys. Obviously, the Gonçalo Alves will lead the line and Ronaldo will come in through. He can come in as an occasional footballer onto the squad, and obviously can get it done, because it's going to be more easier. Three teams in each group, you win it, you go to the round of 16, then the rest go to the playoff. Obviously, it can be really done a little bit to see to it that this guy gets into the World Cup bracket. And I know if at all Portugal qualify for the World Cup, they are going to come with Ronaldo. The respect has to be put there, because even you saw them submit a query on that Bruno Fernandes goal that he scored, and they wanted to give it to Ronaldo. You get Adidas had to go on and really revisit the goal. They rewatched everything, analyzed everything fully, and they say the goal belongs to Bruno. So that's what Ronaldo was about. And Karim Benzema is also willing to go on and do the needful if at all things can change. I think negotiations can take on place, and he will be invited back at the national team, provided Didier Deschamps needs his services. But the coming in of Kolowani, the likes of Martial are available. There is Marcus Thuram. There is this other guy, Nkunku. I think they're really having a variety of centre forward. There is Ekitike, the 19-year-old coming in through, that really does a lot of good job for a team known as PSG. I believe France are really having lots of centre forwards to come on and lead their line, to see to it that they won't regret and go on and really call back Karim Benzema. So after Karim Benzema, let's go to some bit of transfer news from Liverpool. We've been told by Liverpool Echo via Football Mercato that Jurgen Klopp has made Sofyan Amrabat his top transfer target, along with Jude Bellingham, and the player himself is keen to join Liverpool. So Amrabat, if you watched him play in the World Cup, he was the best central defensive midfielder in the World Cup. That's it. No doubt. I've seen the likes of Casemiro play. I've seen the likes of Tchouaméni play. Enzo Fernandez, I think he's the only player that has come close to this guy, but I don't see that he really reached the level of Amrabat. Amrabat showcased every quality and characteristic that you would call or admire from any CDM in your team. With the problems Liverpool are having in the central midfield, they need a reinforcement. They're having very many players return, but injuries have become injuries at Liverpool. Fabinho was on and off this season, and you won't come out and guarantee that he's going to come back and really not be injured. Alcantara Thiago, however much he never went to the World Cup, he is always an injury-prone player. He will play some 2-6 games, miss some next 4. Obviously, that drops down the rhythm of the team. So you need in a player like Amrabat to come in through and reinforce that midfield and Jude Bellingham. But right now, I think Sofyan Amrabat is for the January transfer window. Jude Bellingham is for the summer. That's what is going to happen, because I don't believe Liverpool are really going to go in and spend £200 million on 2 players in the January transfer window. And I believe in the January transfer window, Liverpool have shown us that they can only extend or stretch their arm to purchasing only 1 player, as they did in this January transfer window when they brought in Luis Diaz from FC Porto. But Sofyan Amrabat will be a very good signing for Liverpool. They need a player like him to go on and reinforce that midfield, because games of football are lost and won in the midfield. The rest of the departments are okay. If Konate keeps fit, Virgil van Dijk will keep fit, Joe Matip, central defense will be sorted. There is even Joe Gomez, who really had a very brilliant game towards the end of the season. Then afterwards, the right back, there is Calvin Ramsey and this other guy. The best to me, he's the best right back in the world according to me, Trent Alexander-Arnold. On the left side, they're having Tsimikas and Robertson, good. Then in the midfield, they're having Naby Keita, who looks like he's going to leave in January, and Sofyan Amrabat is going to come in through as the replacement for him. The fact is this guy is not injured. He just fell out with the manager, and I believe it's one of the causes that led to the spark of the problems that Liverpool is having in its dressing room. They're having problems in the dressing room, but because their dressing room is not leaking like that of United used to be when Rangnick and Mourinho plus Solskjaer were at Old Trafford, they are not letting these stories out. But there is a little bit of uncertainty in the dressing room of Liverpool. That's known everywhere. But Naby Keita, don't count him the team of Liverpool. I think they want him out. He's going to leave, and he has refused to go on to renew or extend his contract. It's running out in the summer. That's it. Now, the other one, now you're not counting Naby Keita. Then Fabinho, there is, I'm talking about central defensive midfielders. They only have two CDMs, Jordan Henderson and Robinho and Fabinho. But if I do add in Sofyan Amrabat, it's really an additive to your team. When you bring in Bellingham later in the summer, you will have really added a lot and brought in a replacement for Thiago Alcantara, a player that really plays very well. The forward line of Liverpool is very okay. You'll get goals from Diaz, you'll get goals from Diego Jota, you'll get goals from Salah, Darwin Núñez. There is Elliott. There is the other player known as Chamberlain is also there. The front line is okay. Carvalho is also there. So they're having lots of players at a team of Liverpool, and I believe they can get the job done. But Sofyan Amrabat will be a very good signing. As you prepare to go on and reface Real Madrid, you don't need to be having a lose position. All have a loose end in your team. That's why Jurgen Klopp is really wanting to do this, and he knows that for the Premier League, it's really going to be hard to go on and battle with the likes of Liverpool, with the likes of Arsenal and Man City, because I think they've set the bar so high this season. But he can go on and really fight for the remaining two positions, that is the third and fourth in the Premier League, and obviously go ahead to stretch it all in the Champions League by trying to go on and winning the Champions League, because they missed out on winning it on a whisker. You get Mohamed Salah did what he had to do, but Thibaut Courtois had the best game of his career, and he really made it hard for them to go on and really score any goal in that game of football. So I believe Amrabat is really going to be a very good signing for the January transfer window, but I believe that of Jude Bellingham will come in later in what we call the the summer. Bellingham is coming in the summer, and I believe in the January transfer window they'll go on happily to bring in a player known as Sofyan Amrabat. He played very well at the World Cup. I would even like him at my team that I support United, though Erik ten Hag is looking otherwise. He's looking at Caicedo, he's looking at Frank de Jong. He wants to resurrect the signing of Frank de Jong at Manchester United, a deal that really took close to 5 months, that never matured at Manchester United. So I believe lots of things are really happening like that, but all in all, we have to keep our eyes onto these deals and see what deals are going to come in through. Yesterday, you saw Messi and Mbappe tussle it out in the World Cup final. Obviously, Mbappe scored a hat-trick, and unluckily, he never really won the World Cup. And Messi, who scored a brace and was involved into the other goal, went ahead to win the World Cup. Now, the PSG president said Al Khelaïfi has come out and issued a statement after these two were onto the podium of the World Cup, with Messi winning the World Cup and winning the play of the tournament. Then Kylian Mbappe came in through and won the top scorer of the tournament, scoring 8 goals in the World Cup. Now, the president also does that. We want to keep both Lionel Messi and Mbappe, of course. They are the best player and the best goal scorer of the World Cup, he has told RMC Sport coming in from France. He concluded by saying, I don't say more about Messi as we have a plan to discuss after the World Cup. Now, they're having a plan to discuss after the World Cup. Obviously, these are the two players that are really trying to live. One is trying to live in a different generation, and Messi is living a different generation. Things that Messi has done, I think Mbappe has not yet even reached a quarter of the things that Messi did at the age of 24, because Mbappe is turning 24, I think, today or tomorrow. But Messi at 24 years of age, he had won Ballon d'Ors. He had destroyed every defense of any team. That's it. He had done that. At the age of 24, Messi was something else. I remember he was 18 years and he played in the World Cup 2006. Then in those next 6 years that really took his tally to 24 years of age, Messi had won like three Champions Leagues, not so, 3 Champions League titles, I believe. Then he had lifted up Ballon d'Ors like 3 or 4 times. He was everywhere. You get? So Mbappe has a very huge journey ahead of him to go on and change this. The difference is he won the World Cup, I think, at 18. Was he? I think he was at 20 years and won the World Cup, because he won the World Cup 4 years back. So Messi has won it at 35 years of age, but things has been doing season in, season out in Europe. I don't believe Mbappe will match the level of Messi, because Messi looks to be a different caliber, a different creature altogether. That's why the president wants to keep these two players. Messi is the GOAT, and the heir to his throne is Mbappe. But I don't believe they are going to keep both of these players. I believe Messi might add PSG one more season, if at all he doesn't win a Champions League with them this season. But if at all he wins the Champions League with them this season, I think Messi is going to go back, because he would have also closed that debate that Messi only performs well at Barcelona, a debate that I call naive. I leave it for naive people, because if I told I play my entire game of football at one team and I'm performing at the world level, and I meet the teams that you support and I really terrorize them and beat them, you are supposed to go on and bow down to me that I'm really the best, because I've come out and beat the team that you support. And even the player that you think is playing in another team, I meet him and beat him. You get? So that's what I will believe. For Mbappe, I think he's going to leave to Real Madrid next season. He's leaving, that's it. He's leaving because he knows that he can't really go ahead and compete the likes of Erling Haaland, because Erling Haaland has hit the ground running. He's doing a very wonderful job. And trust me, every season that there won't be a World Cup and Haaland comes in through to perform very well, and Man City wins the Champions League, Haaland will always go ahead and will win the Ballon d'Or. And that's why Mbappe wants to cross to Madrid to balance up the equation, because when he's tearing it up at Real Madrid, he will be always in the news. But whenever he tears it up, for the years he has teared it up at PSG, it has not been felt by very many people. But the president wants to keep them, but will he manage the price of keeping them? Because money can change anyone's destiny and thoughts. Messi is here. Looks like wants to go back and give Barcelona some 1 or 2 years. Barcelona have financial constrictions with them. Will he go there? Will he go to Inter Miami? I believe Messi still has some other 2-3 years to play in Europe. That's it. And I believe at the age of 38, he will go on and think of retirement, or really go to clubs like Saudi Arabia that want to give Ronaldo 200 million euros per year for his services. Then he can also go to America to make some good money, to see to it that he signs off like that in the game of football. But he won the World Cup, good way to go on and win the World Cup. And if Ronaldo comes in with Portugal as an occasional player and wins it next World Cup, I'll be happy for him. That's it. Thank you very much for watching in through. I go by the names of Rokani David. What are your reactions to Karim Benzema retiring from the national team? Liverpool going in for Sofyan Amrabat, priority January signing. And lastly, will PSG keep Mbappe and Messi, as the president is confirming to us that he wants to keep them? So your reactions to all those stories are welcome in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because we want to hit 9,000 subscribers, and you guys are really subscribing in very well. I left with like 600, and I know we are really going to hit that mark before the end of this year, and we are entering 2023 with 9,000 subscribers. Then we see what's going to happen in January. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. I sign out for now. See you later. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord to protect you abundantly, because with his love and hand, he does the needful to go on and do the needful. And guys, lastly, let's have like 100 likes on this video. Smash that like button, smash it like never before, because the more you smash it, the more this video is going to go on and be viral. I'm out.